In this video, I will try to describe the conditions that we experience on the passage from English Bay to Steveston, Saturday, January 6, 2024. A total distance of 23 nautical miles, 3.5 hours duration, with an average speed of 6.5 knots. The conditions experienced was for 6 westerly winds with a sustained speed of 24 knots with 3 feet seas and white caps. When we weighed the anchor, the conditions was quite benign, but as we proceed outwards towards Strait of Georgia, the seas and wind starts to pick up, and going around Point Grey, we had a lot of pounding on the bulbous bows and violently wave action underneath the bridge deck. Very uncomfortable. After we are now around Point Grey, and as you can see, the seas and the wind is on our starboard side, and instead of pounding into the waves now, which was quite violent, pity that I didn't get it in video, now becomes a kind of typical catamaran snap and roll. It doesn't roll like a motor wall. It's more like, as you can see, it snaps and goes back very fast. It's very difficult to show on the size of the seas. It's always on film. It's always very difficult. But the seas was more or less 3 feet, I would say, 3, perhaps occasional 4, but very seldom. But 3 was basically sustained. And also you can't see on this part the white caps, but you will see further on. And, the noise that you hear of the cutlery is actually the ones that is left inside the seas, so it's not too bad. And, now on the left hand side, on the port side window, you're going to see basically the end of Point Grey. I guess this is by the wreck beach, which is basically the beginning of not the beginning, but the north arm of the Fraser River. Excuse me. Of course, we are steaming now southwards towards St. Kitts. On the sequence, we're leaving the north arm of the Fraser River on our port side, and we're beginning the run to St. Kitts. And as you can see, it's quite a comfortable motion with a catamaran. I tend to suffer from seasickness, but I never once felt queasy on this boat since we launched her. And Veronica felt a few times she felt queasy, but on Vida Nova, which was a monohull, she never did, while I puke all over the ocean. So that's the go figure. Anyway, and I'll let the video show the conditions. What is so interesting that if you notice, the fender is still in position. I was too lazy to store it, but if you look at the cutlery, they're all standing there and nothing fell. The noise that you hear is the stuff that is inside the sink. So we had a prophet of doom on the boat that she says that all this is gonna fall off, and well, it didn't. And yeah, you can see a little bit of the white caps there. Yeah, that's fine now. Here we just round up Sandheads. You can see Sandheads there in the distance. So we are on the river proper, and you can see a little bit better the conditions here, just on the entrance, and a little bit of a roller there. But yeah, overall the boat performed quite well. I'm happy the way she handles the seas and so on. So of course this kind of conditions is not really too much to brag about, but also on the Strait of Georges the seas are short. They can become steep, and there is big storms here coming here. So what was interesting as well was that not one single pleasure boat, either sail or power, we saw underwater. We was the only ones, for whatever is worth it. And but we're moving along with a good clip here. I think we had a little bit of a current with us here, judging by the distance that we are now from Sandheads. And so we're steaming quite well, and you can see the motions is quite nice. I like it. About 2 miles from Steveston, and very close to Steveston Bend, we came across this car carrier, and we're gonna pass port to port as it should be, and I'm staying well away from them, as she's restricted maneuverability, and that completes our passage. Here you can see the seas are calm, so we are not under the influence at all. So a good passage overall.